So Rwanda was the most densely populated country in sub-Saharan Africa and the sixth most densely populated country in the world at the time of the genocide. So unsurprisingly, this has led to Malthusian-like claims that the genocide has its origins in ecological scarcity, basically too many people, too little land. So I tested this hypothesis crudely at the individual or micro level. I compared the amount of land that perpetrators of the genocide owned against the amount of land that non-perpetrators owned. I relied both on an objective and subjective measure to do so. That is, I asked first how much land they believed each of them owned. Methodologically, this meant that I asked how many plots they had. Land was very fragmented in Rwanda, and then how many steps wide and how many long their individual plots were. I also asked whether they felt they owned less land, more land, or about the same amount of land as other people in their community. So the short answer to these subjective and objective questions in the survey is that perpetrators were indistinguishable on average from the non-perpetrators. This doesn't rule out the Malthusian claim, which may have operated at a different level, not the micro level, perhaps at the meso or the macro level, and perhaps through a different mechanism, not just deprivation. But I believe that the more plausible role of Rwanda's extraordinary population density was more sociological than ecological in nature. And I explained this in another video, the importance of social influence in selection of individuals into the violence. Social connections mediated participation. If you had many individuals in your social network, it exposed you to more social influences. And the pressure to join an attack group was then stronger. So social connections then both facilitate and constrain individual action. And in a densely populated society like Rwanda's, where individuals would live in close proximity to each other, it meant people were intimately and inextricably linked to each other through these dense social networks. Individuals had many ties to other individuals in their communities. And this network density amplified the forces, the social forces of coercion, co-optation, and conformity. And it explains in part the remarkable popular mobilization observed in Rwanda. That is why so many Rwandans came to participate in the genocide.